your life change when you became Mr. Olympia?
Oh, well, I got a lot more popular.
Funny that.
And made a lot more money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it changed tremendously.
Yeah. In what ways? Not just the money and popularity, but how did your own perception and your own kind of attitude to your bodybuilding change? Did you really feel like, whoa, I'm Mr. Olympia now and I've really got to step things up? Or how did your life improve and change?
Yeah, I was like that. Yeah, I was like, I'm Mr. Olympia. I got to step things up. I got to train harder than I did the year before.
Harder?
Yeah.
So did you find you had to do, it was tough? Because, I mean, the thing is, when you become Mr. Olympia, I remember it happened to Jay Cutler, and you become so in demand, it's tough to almost balance the because people want to see you, so you have to travel. How did you find that, having to train, having to be a bodybuilder and travel? Did you find that easy at the start, or was it difficult?
No, it was pretty easy for me. I've always been good at traveling because, I worked for the police department.
Yeah.
I knew how to schedule days off and stuff like that. And I knew how to work around that. So I was always off on the weekends anyway, so I didn't have to take a lot of time off to do appearances and stuff like that. So traveling stuff was easy for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Even though I was busy a lot and I was gone a lot, I've always been real good at organizing travel. So,
Actually,
so I'll be gone for like 2 days, 3 days, and back home.
Yeah. Actually, this has triggered a memory of something I'd like to talk about, that 1997 Grand Prix tour, because that was when you kind of started at the back of the pack, and then by the end of it, it led up to the Russian Grand Prix. Do you want to tell us about that tour? Because I remember hearing about how all the other guys were kind of slipping off their diets, and you kind of just stayed on top of your diet. You made sure you got all your food. Do you want to tell us about that and why you just really wanted to move forward?
To be honest with you, it was real hard to diet on that tour.
Oh, really?
Real hard. That was the hardest thing I've done in my life. The last 3-4 days on there, I didn't sleep a wink.
What?
How come?
Nothing.
My body was too exhausted to sleep.
Really?
Yeah. I couldn't. I would lay down, and because, you had to be up in 2 or 3 hours to catch a plane to go to the next city.
Yeah.
It was 7 shows in 11 days.
Thing is, Ronnie, I don't understand.
11 days and 7 shows.
I don't understand is how you got better, though. You got better as the tour went on. Explain.
Oh, no. I was doing bad on that tour.
No, you went from 6th to 1st.
Yeah, right. But
I know Ronnie better than Ronnie. I'm a Ronnie nerd. What can I say?
I was doing 5th and 6th and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I saw you at the British Grand Prix. I saw you backstage, Ronnie, at the 1997 British Grand Prix, and you were kind. I remember doing the report for the Muscle Mag at the time, and you looked incredible. But you were like 5th, 6th in that show, and then all the other guys were starting to drop off. And I think, did you really think? Right, I really want to win one now.
What year was that?
1997. 97.
Oh. Well, yeah, I was trying to stick to the diet. It was hard. But like I said, we would do a show and you would have time to get a meal.
Yeah.
And, meal wasn't too much of nothing. Just some chicken and some rice. Yeah. And then you sleep for 2 hours and you get on the plane. He was doing it like every day.
So tell us about that Russian Grand Prix, the 1997. Tell us about that.
And then, I'm placing like not good at all. I'm getting the 5th, 6th every show, and I'm getting tired of it. And Kevin is winning every show, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's he doing this thing so real? Because I tried everything. Wasn't nothing working. I tried all kind of diuretics, everything. Nothing working. And I'm like, Kevin is doing something different. I don't know what to do, but I'm going to go find out. So I went to this room like the night we were in Russia. The night before Russia. Like I said, I wasn't sleeping the last 3 or 4 nights anyway. You know, in zero sleep. I would lay down, close my eyes, and just try my best to sleep. But my body was so exhausted, it wouldn't fall asleep. I couldn't fall asleep. So I just stayed awake for the last 3 days.
That's not good for your condition, is it?
You know, I was wide awake. And I'm like, well, I can't sleep, so I might as well go talk to him, find out what he's doing. It was like 1, 2 in the morning. I'm not going to do it. Hey, man, what you doing?
Yeah.
How you staying so hard? And how you winning all these shows? He's like, you want to know what I'm doing? I'm like, yeah. So he goes to the refrigerator, pulls out a bottle of vodka. You know, I think that was my first time ever drinking vodka.
Really?
This is the first time you ever tried vodka.
Hey, Ronnie didn't party. He didn't do anything. He was too busy studying and training.
And then he goes over to the coffee maker, and he pours a cup of coffee, like a half a cup.
Okay.
And he put it was one of those small bottles, you know. I guess they mixed drinks or something with it.
Yeah.
He poured the whole bottle in that coffee.
What?
He said, if you want to know what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing. I'm like, you drinking coffee and vodka? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. At this point, I'll try anything.
Yeah.
And I drank that coffee and that vodka, and went back to my room, and I finally was able to start going to the bathroom, getting rid of some water. I'm like, oh, this is working pretty good. Not too bad. So my diuretics ain't doing nothing that I'm taking. And by the time the show came around, you know, I dropped quite a bit of water. And I was able to get, you know, in a whole lot better shape than I was leading up to that point. But like I said, what I was doing to get rid of water wasn't working.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you think your body you've done it a couple of times on the show, like you know, in a row, and if your body was just saying, no, not doing it. The thing is, surely the caffeine. Did you sleep that night? Even with the, did you manage to get?
I didn't sleep.
No.
I
Still.
didn't sleep awake that.
So I suppose you're going to be awake anyway, so you may as well be awake and get rid of the water.
Exactly. I laid down and I tried my best to go to sleep, but I couldn't sleep.
Oh no.
So I just stayed awake and just went to the bathroom all night.
Just singing sailor songs on vodka and. So did you ever? Thing is, Ronnie, I mean, I've heard that story. Maybe I heard that story at the Masters Olympia in 2012 in Miami, and I always wondered, did you ever try that again, or was it just a one-off you did?
I never tried it again.
But why?
Because I had Chad.
Yeah. Do you know? I remember
he gave me a drink.
You still don't know to this day what it was.
Nope, you don't know.
No. Now I remember
it was always a drink, just like what Kevin had.
Hang on a minute. Our producer's just stolen one of your bars, Ronnie. I'm just gonna.
Which flavor is it?
He's stolen one of the bars. I'm gonna have to invoice him, I'm afraid.
Red velvet cake. Oh, that's the one I tried.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay, so please. Yeah. So I remember we spoke once, and you were telling me about working with Chad Nichols, and you said I've seen like Flex Lewis the night before a show, and he's having so much food shoveled into him. And you said like when Chad would like get you ready, like he would literally make you eat so much food to fill out all the mass you had. Tell us about that.
Yeah. It was so much food. I mean, the first couple of days was okay because I was starving, you know, and I hadn't had no carbs. Yeah. So and then Chad is shoving all these carbs. I'm eating. Apple pie filling? Oh man, it's like mixed with oatmeal. I'm having bananas and orange juice and all kind of carbs.
Really, all sugary carbs and everything. And
I'm doing that like 3-4 times a day.
How many grams of carbs and what day would you start? Like say Tuesday? Was it like 1,000 grams or?
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, decarb. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, carb up. So it was 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
So how many grams of carbs? Do you remember, or was it just eat that?
It was about 1,000.
By the 1,000?
about 1,000 or more.
Whoa. I mean,
And just in one apple pie, the can was big.
yeah.
It wasn't a small can. Just in one can was like 400.
Whoa. So at what point did Chad say, right, you're full enough now, let's just dry you out and get you on stage?
The Friday, the night before the show.
The Friday, yeah. So he always timed it perfectly.
Yeah. It was always Friday night before the show. I'd have my last carb meal, before the night before the show.
Yeah.
And it was the hardest thing you're going to ever do on that third day, trying to eat all that food.
Really?
And sometimes I got sick.
Yeah. Well, literally you just couldn't shove any more food down. Yeah.
Couldn't eat no more.
Yeah,
I was so full I couldn't eat.
And you're a big eater.
And I'm a big eater. The first 2 days were the best days of your life, though.
The carb up. Finally, all those carbs. Yeah. Beautiful.
What's forever eating all that food? It's like your body's craving food.
Yeah.
It's like you've been starving for like 12 weeks.
Yeah. And
now you finally get a chance to eat after starving for 12 weeks.
Wow.
So, you like on cloud 9, 10. It's the best thing in your life right now.
Day 3 and 4, not so much.
Eating all this food. Yeah. It was 3 days of doing it. That third day was always the hardest.
Yeah.
Because you've eaten so much. By now, you done got tired of eating. And you don't want to eat.
Yeah. But
you got to eat to fill out. So you kind of like stuffing food in you and you force feeding yourself that third day.
So straight after the Olympia, you walk off with your Sando. What's the first thing you would always want to eat?
I don't even think I slept.
Oh, really? You just slept?
I just stayed up.
Oh, you stayed up. But no, what was the first thing you wanted to eat?
Oh, pizza.
Oh, pizza. Okay. More Domino's. Back to Domino's again. Yeah.
I didn't like Domino's.
No?
I didn't like Domino's.
You're tired of Domino's.
Tired of Domino's?
I can't take it no more. There's always some other brand.
Yeah. Well, like an Italian style or flat style or?
Anything besides Domino's.
One of the weirdest bodybuilding contests of all time, the most shocking bodybuilding contest of all time, was Ronnie Coleman versus Gunther Schlierkamp in 2002.
The Olympia.
Yeah.
No, 2002.
The Olympia.
No, it's not on Olympia. It was in.
That was Show of Strength. That was after the Olympia.
Yeah. What happened that day?
You tell me.
I
have no idea.
You have no idea?
None whatsoever.
You feel that it was... what do you feel about the contest? You think he should have won? Did he make you nervous after he won? Did he get you more angry to train harder for 2003 Olympia? Or how did you take that?
It got me a lot more angry.
It did?
To train. That's when I started, doing that 2,300-pound leg press and that 800-pound squat and all that.
Because of that loss, you took your training to a next level.
Yeah, that's the heaviest I've ever trained in my life.
So, in a way, it kind of fueled your... I mean, I went to the 2001 and the 2002 Olympia, Ronnie. And I remember the 2003, there was like certain names dropping out of it. And I didn't actually go that year. And that is the one year I wish I could go back in time. And I wish I could have gone to that Olympia because the idea of like seeing you walk out at, was it 283, I think you were?
85, 86.
285, 286. I mean, you were impressive 2002, 2001, 2002. You're amazing to see in the flesh. I'd seen you on the Grand Prix tours. I'd seen you half a dozen times. But if there's one Olympia I wish I had gone to, it was the 2003 Olympia, Ronnie, because... like after that loss at the Show of Strength, even though you won the Olympia that year, I mean, it obviously fueled a year of absolutely insane training. Tell us about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the only year that I didn't take 3 months off.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Really?
After every Olympia I won, I took 3 months off and didn't train or nothing.
Yeah.
Didn't diet, nothing. 2003 Olympia. Where after I lost that short strength, I went right back to training.
Well, literally as soon as you got back to Texas.
Did Gunther ever say anything to you after he won? Did he try to? No, okay.
No, not a word.
Okay.
I never said anything. I like I said, I don't know what happened or whatever. I don't even think I saw any pictures of it. I didn't see any pictures either.
Okay.
I didn't want to look at it.
But that was that was the year that because I remember seeing the Battle for the Olympia, and you were like, you must have been maybe 260, 270. And I know Chad, what that year wanted to bring you in a little bit smaller, like you were lighter, like you were at the 2001 Arnold Classic. And like personally, I preferred how you looked in the run up to the Olympia, like that Battle for the Olympia. What was that? 2-3 weeks out? I mean, that's the best version of Ronnie I always like to see.
Yeah, I was almost 280.
Yeah, that is to me. That's how I want to see you. That's what I wanted to see because for that Olympia, what did you come down to? About 250, and the show of strength. I mean, what were you? 245, 250? Yeah, 245.
Yeah, 45. I mean, that was lighter than I was the year before.
But that's 30 to 35 pounds off what you could have been on stage.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was like 260 something the year before.
Yeah, so you obviously thought, right, to hell with this. I'm not going to come in at 245 again. I'm not going to. Is that what happened?
This will never, ever happen.
Yes.
What was your feeling after prejudging in 2003? What were you feeling? Because people were shocked to see
I think superhuman.
Yeah, what were you feeling? Because nobody's seen this package ever before on the bodybuilding stage.
Insane.
Yeah. I had no idea how I looked until I saw pictures when I went to Australia.
No.
So how did that make you feel?
So I'm thinking I just look like a normal guy.
No, come on. Come on, Ronnie. Really? Yeah, but surely your body weight, it must have thought, hang on a minute, I'm like 40 pounds up on last year.
Yeah, I knew I was a little bit heavier, but I'm thinking, my conditioning probably ain't going to be as good as they could have been last year, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway.
But everything was so full. The detail was. You were I saw you in 2002. I remember when you came to the front of the stage, and you were absolutely shredded. Your hamstrings, your glutes, your lats. But when you're like 40 pounds heavier, everything's pushing against the skin. Everything's volumized. I mean, your condition, honestly, Ronnie. That rear relaxed shot. It's one of those shots. It doesn't even look human.
And the other guy, what was the other guy's reaction when they saw you took off the clothes in the pump up in backstage in 2003? What was the reaction you got?
I wasn't really paying no more attention. I was so in the zone.
Yeah.
Who did we interview?
I remember they were trying to take it from me this year.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it ain't gonna happen.
AJ, we actually interviewed someone a few weeks ago on one of our other shows, and they said that they saw Ronnie backstage that year. Who was it? From 2003. It was one of the competitors. It was someone that said they saw you backstage in 2003, and then I think they realized, who was it? They said, that's it, it's game over. And no, it wasn't. No, Vince Taylor wasn't that year. He was retired then. Well, he was semi-retired. It was someone. Yeah, I forget. It'll come to us, Ronnie. But he said he saw you.
Jay had told me something like that.
It was Jay.
It was Jay.
He saw you and went, "Oh no."
The Jay Cutler, Ronnie Coleman battles, man.
Yeah.
Those were some great battles. Did you ever feel Jay Cutler was a threat at all?
No.
You didn't think you were? Not at all, huh?
No, not at all. Not even a little bit.
Really? What about 2005? Because I felt like that's when he really started to close the gap on you.
No, not at all.
Oh, I love it.
So you weren't worried at all, were you?
Not even a little bit.
No.